The engine of war is idling, family, and the exhaust is starting to choke the whole world. We got a lot of things to go over today because it seems like the Middle Eastern escalation is advancing quicker than any of us thought. First, I want to talk about the Riyadh embassy siege. The Wall Street Journal confirms a triple strike breach on our embassy in Riyadh, including a direct hit that crippled the primary SATCOM array. Plus, I want to get into that Tucker Carlson bombshell. Reports are circulating that Saudi and Qatari authorities have arrested Mossad agents with explosives. It was a false flag meant to drag us into a ground war, to have our troops on the floor. Also, Al Arabia confirmed the death of the Ayatollah Khomeini a few days ago, and it seems this decapitation has triggered a sleeper response that's already hitting our bases and our cities here at home. Plus, CENTCOM has finally admitted, and you know they wish they didn't have to, that God bless them, 6 U.S. service members were killed in Kuwait, even after the administration tried to lead with the whole zero casualty headline. But we know better by now. Also, the State Department has issued a depart now order for 14 nations. 14. The exit door is slamming shut before the next phase drops. Problem is, there's no way for our people to get out. And all this because Israel wants a 7-front war. Apparently, they just had strikes reported across Lebanon, Syria, and Iraq. You guys, we're being used as the tactical muscle for the Greater Israel Project. And I think it's fair to say we can all be honest about it now. And I know we talked about it last episode, but things are escalating in the Strait of Hormuz. The IRGC has declared the strait a kill zone, and tankers are sitting idle as war insurance is canceled for the entire Gulf. Nothing going in, nothing coming out. Also, there were a few GPS and grid blackouts, and CNN confirmed atmospheric anomalies, is what they were saying, were blocking our radars from being able to see these Iranian drones and missiles, but I'm pretty sure it's a massive electronic warfare campaign that's blinding our navigation and threatening the grid. Also, just like we talked about in the last episode, Saudi Aramco has officially shut down the Ras Tanura refinery, one of the world's largest, after multiple drone strikes knocked the 550,000 barrel a day facility offline. It's done. We're no longer the drivers of this conflict. We're the fuel being burned to keep a genocidal engine running in the Middle East. And we're going to go over all this and more, so do me a favor. Stay tuned.
These white lines keep on rolling out. We carry every heavy load and push away the doubt. And somehow, down this long dusty road, we find a better truth in the stories told. And we carry this together. Yeah, we carry this together.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. I'm your host, Big Robs. Welcome to the driver's seat, where whatever the world throws at us, we carry the load together. Today is March 3rd, 2026, and I'm glad you guys could join me today, family. Take a seat, get comfortable, because we've got a lot of ground to cover. Before we get into the heavy lifting, do me a solid. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know you're locked in. And please, subscribe if you enjoy the truth we're bringing, because at this moment, we're the only ones telling the truth while the rest of the world sleeps at the wheel. First up on the bill of lading, we're going to go over the Riyadh embassy siege. You guys, what this means is that the war isn't just over there anymore. It's affecting our security and our standing in the world. All right? So let's shift into high gear and take a look at Riyadh. The State Department wants you to think it was a scratch, but the footage tells a different story. We're going to bring that footage to you here in just a moment. Official reports say the damage was minor. According to the Saudi press agency and Reuters, loud blasts were heard across the quarter. But our ground level intel tells a much different story. Here, check it out for yourself. Does that look minor to you? Because to me, I can see the flames engulfing the U.S. Embassy And I hope you see it for yourselves. Don't let them tell us that our eyes are deceiving us while their words are not. The embassy was struck by 3 drones, and one hit the satellite communication array, cutting Washington off for 4 hours. The drones bypassed our air defenses by flying low, and a shelter in place is now active for Riyadh, Jeddah, and Iran. Our politicians are lying, but the smoke over Riyadh tells the truth. Next, we're going to get into something that has crazy implications. Tucker Carlson last night reported a Mossad false flag operation. And why does that matter? Because if our allies are planting bombs to frame our enemies, it means every drop of American blood spilled in this war is based on a lie. And it's got me asking questions about 9/11 and a couple other things too. And when we say our allies, I think we all know who we mean. But if you think that's bad, wait until you hear who was caught with the matches. Tucker Carlson just blew the lid off of a betrayal that should have every American asking who our real friends are. And I think most of us know the answer. You guys, Tucker's been doing great reporting ever since he's left Fox. I feel like he's really free and almost like an inspiration to me. But last night he dropped a bombshell. You guys, sources from his network report Mossad agents were arrested in Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and they were caught with sophisticated C4-based explosives. They were planting them in hotels. They were going to kill innocents in order to pin it on Iran. You guys, hear it from the horse's mouth.
So it's probably hasn't been reported, but it's a fact that last night in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, authorities arrested Mossad agents planning on committing bombings in those countries. Now, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Why would the Israelis be committing bombings in 2 Gulf countries, which are also being attacked by Iran? Aren't they on the same side? No. Israel wants to hurt Iran and Qatar and UAE and Saudi and Bahrain and Oman and Kuwait. And they've succeeded.
Tucker's laying it out plain and simple. They were caught red-handed this time. And the goal? It was a classic false flag. It's not the first time they've done it. It's almost a specialty of theirs. If this was a video game, this would be their ultra move. This is how they get us pulled into every single war of theirs, and we're done with it. They blow up civilian infrastructures and then blame it on whoever they want us to attack, and in this case, that's Iran. And this time, they did it with the goal of forcing the Gulf states into a full military alliance. Everyone against Iran. They were caught with forged American passports, and Qatar has reportedly placed a D notice on the story. We're being manipulated into a conflict that doesn't serve us. Now it's clear as day. I want to finish up the day with what might be the most heavy topic. Basically, just a quick update of where we stand in this war as of now, almost 72 hours into it. And most of all, the 6 fallen cover-up. You guys, 6 dead Americans. That means 6 empty chairs at dinner tables that the government hasn't even acknowledged yet. And while the politicians are sitting here talking about epic fury, the families of our boys and girls are getting a knock on the door. And it's not the kind of knock that I hope anyone else has to receive. They're getting that folded flag. The US and Israel have officially launched over 1,000 strikes. And in the first 48 hours, they claimed 0 US casualties. But that was a bold-faced lie. Look.
We're just now learning that a total of 6 American service members are dead. 2 more coming from an attack we hadn't heard about until late today. We had known about 4 troops killed. The total now 6, with President Trump not ruling out the possibility of U.S. boots on the ground in Iran.
CENTCOM has finally admitted that 6 of our own were killed in action. And Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, fucking tool, excuse my language, you guys. God, he pisses me off. He says a projectile bypassed our defenses. That's really convenient. And the soldiers were in a tactical trailer in Kuwait, which certain missiles and drones happen to make direct contact with. Now the Pentagon is trickling out news to avoid the backlash because they want you focused on the victory in Tehran. But the American soldier is the one standing in the fire. Cowards, the whole lot of them. This isn't the America we grew to love and defend, and we're spiraling out of control because the people at the top are more interested in protecting their investments and preserving their dignity or I don't know, stroking their egos, they're protecting the lives of our children and the future of this country. We've been bamboozled, and it seems like blood is the price to pay in order to get out of this one in one piece. Who's going to pay that? We'll let that marinate. But that's all the freight for today, family. Honestly, just thank you guys for riding shotgun with me. I know it's dark right now, but remember, no matter how heavy the world gets, we carry that load together. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Comment down below, please. Tell me what your favorite part about the show was today. What do you think is going to affect your day-to-day life the most? Will it be the fuel prices, the energy bill, or even the reality of false flags and sleeper cells? Whatever's happening, we're going to have to feel it here too. And if you got any cool topics for the next episode, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to get to them. I'm your host, Big Robs, signing off from the driver's seat.